Jennifer, and she's our front office manager slash lady with many hats, and she's going to show us today how to clean the irrigator, because we had a lot of people wondering how to do it, and so we decided to be nice and make a step-by-step video.
Okay, so basically we still have a little water left in from the last patient visit, last cleaning. We're just going to open that up. So we have our peroxide solution here. Our directions on our bottle say to use 2 cups of this concentrate. Follow the directions on your bottle because everybody's going to be different. So we use 2 cups of peroxide solution, and we're going to top it off to the 4 with cool, just regular water. And you're probably wondering why I'm not going to just pull this hose and fill it. It's because it doesn't reach. So we're going to go the old-fashioned way.
Just wondering that.
We're going to go the old-fashioned way and fill it up by hand. And again, don't use hot water, just use cool water. And we're basically just diluting this peroxide even further. So you've got 2 cups of the peroxide solution, then fill it up to 4 milliliters. Good. You're gonna close the lid, make sure it's plugged in. You're gonna take the gun, and you're not gonna use the trigger to empty it. There's a little black button on the back of the machine. This is how you empty it. So it's gonna take the solution and the water, it's gonna run it through the system, run it through the hose, and we'll rinse everything out. It's good because the water creates a lot of calcium buildup, so this just keeps the machine running nice and smooth.
And how often?
So we do this once a week, usually on Fridays after we're finished all of our wax removals. We'll clean out the irrigators. We'll run this a few times. We like to do about 3 cycles total. This one and then 2 rinses with just plain water.
So you don't have to wait for anything to heat up, you just run it.
Nothing needs to be heated up, you just run it. We're just basically running it until it runs clear with no more bubbles. Okay, so we've emptied this first part. We've still got lots of bubbles, but for the most part, it's empty, but you can see all the bubbles in there, so we've still got plenty of peroxide in there that needs to be rinsed out. So we'll put this here, and then we're just gonna fill it up a second time and run it through till the bubbles are less and less each time.
So we use distilled water for our patients. We use regular water to clean it. So we have a little stash back here that we keep with a ton of distilled water that we use for our day-to-day cleanup, or ear cleaning, excuse me. But for cleaning the weekly cleaning, we just use cold tap water.
So this is rinse number 2. We have filled it all the way up. Still lots of bubbles, but those are going to be diluted. Empty this. It'll be a little bit more clear once we're finished. So we've just finished running cycle 2. Still got some bubbles in there, but we're making progress. So we're going to fill it up one last time.
And if anybody's wondering what's on our cart, first of all, if you're gonna get the irrigator, make sure you get the cart. It's the best thing ever. Then it has a bin holder.
The cart is optional.
The cart is optional.
Crazy.
I don't think it should be optional. Everybody should get the cart.
Yeah.
If you get an irrigator. So this bin just slips right into that perfectly. It's made for it. And then we keep a couple of different sized pair of gloves. So we have small in the drawer, medium just hanging out down here. We have the Max ear dryer that helps keep the ears dry after the irrigator. We always have some earwax MD on hand because that helps us when we're in a bind. If the irrigator still has we have trouble with some patients with the irrigator, we use that to help soften the wax. We also have some alcohol and cotton balls. We have Lysol disinfectant. We have Cavi wipes, of course, or Sammy wipes, whatever you want to call them. Different ones or different brands. These we got from Amazon. Since we don't have a sink right next to our irrigator room, we use this to dispose of the bin water, and then we get rid of that later. And then of course we have some distilled water. So that's our little cart. Pretty nice little setup.
So we filled it up with more cool, clean tap water, and we're gonna run it through one more time. Make sure we've got all the bubbles out. Make sure there's no peroxide left in the container. So we'll do that. Making sure not to splash yourself. It's, you know, peroxide bleach. Okay, so we've just finished the third round of rinse. Everything looks pretty clear. For good measure, I like to just put a little bit of more water in there, not fill it, but just a couple cups of water, just to make sure everything's running clear and we don't have any extra peroxide running through. Make sure there's no bubbles that are staying. I'm gonna rinse the lid a bit if there's any of that peroxide got on the top. That should be good. Kind of swirl it around, make sure everything's nice and clean. Should be good with this last little bit. Alrighty, so we are all finished. It's nice and clean. It's rinsed out. You can see everything is clear inside. And from here, just take a paper towel, wipe everything down. Wipe the edges, and you're good to go. It's ready for use. Fill it up with some distilled water, and you're ready for your next wax removal.
Thank you for watching.